for my baseline ultrasound and blood work. I did not sleep good last night. I have been so like anxious and stressed, and I'm trying to calm myself because all good things, you know? Looking forward to all good things. Okay, here I am. Just had my blood draw, and now I'm here for my baseline ultrasound. Just need to get undressed and get ready. Okay, a little update. I was just in Idaho Fertility Center. Today was my baseline ultrasound and blood draw. Just got finished with that. So my right ovary had 15 follicles, and my left ovary had 24 that she could see or count, and then one of them was a little over 10 millimeters. So she said that anything over 10, it's possible that it could mess with your hormones, and so they'll definitely keep an eye on that one. And based on like the blood draw that they did today, once those results come in, they should have a better idea of that, and then they'll call and let me know before the end of the business day. And right now I'm still looking good to start my meds on Sunday. My endometrium was 3.5 millimeters, so they want that low in the beginning. So that's a good place to start. And yeah, I'll just wait to hear back from them about if that follicle is producing any estrogen or might mess with my hormones during the cycle, or if we're good to go. So still waiting. Okay, next IVF update is after my appointment on Friday. I had the ultrasound and the blood work done. They called me with my blood work and they said it was good to go. They didn't have any concerns with it being too high and that follicle creating its own estrogen. So I did start stim day on day 1 on Sunday. Okay, welcome to day 1 of Stims. I have all my stuff here. I forgot you're supposed to take this out of the refrigerator half an hour before. So I'm hoping that I can get everything else prepped and ready, and then it will have been out of the fridge for almost half an hour by the time I need to take my injection. I was hoping to do it at 8 o'clock every morning, but it's already past that, so it just needs to be at the same time and before 10 o'clock. So I can make that work. So yeah, here goes day 1. And then day 2, and I'm officially on day 3. So I have recorded all of those stim days because they were actually really comical. The first one with the Q cap, I tried to actually use it, but then the syringe came with a needle on it, so I figured I had to use both, and you do not need to do that. So after that fiasco, and like I couldn't get all the bubbles out, I couldn't get like all of the liquid drawn up, and then when I put it into the different vials of Menopur, it just was not mixing well. And so anyway, I figured that out. I took another look at the Q-cap training, so I was able to use that correctly the last 2 days, and it's been good. The sites have mostly bled, so I have been using band-aids just because, I mean, not that they bleed for a long time, but I just can't like put a gauze pad there and just like let it stay. So I've been using band-aids, and I had my blood draw today, so I'm still waiting to hear back from them about that. I guess they said that based on the results they'll tell me if I need to up my dosages or if they're good to stay where they're at. Because I did ask, like, what is my blood work going to tell us today? Like, what are we looking for? Do we want it to be higher? Do we want it to have doubled? Do we want it to stay low? Like, so anyway, she said that somebody would call me and let me know what to do about the blood work. And then, yeah, we're just here in Idaho Falls. Kind of some fiascos with my sister having a fever, and we had spent some time with her, and I was really, really nervous about us being, like, if Jeremy gets a fever, if that would, like, totally ruin everything. And so we are trying to stay away from family to make sure she can get over her sickness. Hopefully we don't get it. We did spend some time with her before, so like maybe we've already been introduced to it and we just haven't started having symptoms yet. So we will see how all of that ends up panning out. But thankfully my parents have a house, so like a shop and then a house on top, and nobody is renting it out from them right now. So we are going to be staying here for the next couple days and figuring all of that out as we go. So wish us luck. Okay, we're gonna get a bunch of different shots and angles this week because I'm in a bunch of different places. But so last night, the clinic tried to call me, but apparently my phone wasn't working. So anyway, they called my husband. They were able to talk to him, and then he let me know. But my estrogen was like 428, and so I'm responding a little bit quicker than they would like. Well, not necessarily would like, but like quicker than expected. And that's actually pretty typical for me. Like every other cycle I've ever been in where I'm using something to stimulate, it's been like really fast growth. And so I am going to, well, today was stim day 4, and they told me to change my Follistim down to 125. So I was doing 150, now I'm 125, and then they just gave me the reminder not to take Cetrotide until I see them on Friday, and then they'll kind of give me guidance from there. So that's the update, and I'm going forward with 125 units of Follistim, and everything is looking good. Okay, I just arrived at the clinic. Today is Friday. This is I'm on day 6 of Stims. I just did them right before I got here, and I'm excited to see what they see when I go in there, because I have definitely been feeling my ovaries like growing. Like even walking now has been like my form of exercise, and even that is a little bit painful like every time I step. So I know things are happening, and I'm excited to see what that looks like, what the sizes are, and then to get back my blood work to see where everything is at. Okay, I just got done with my blood draw and ultrasound. During the ultrasound, she measured 8 follicles on the right and 8 follicles on the left. My left ovary had 2, that one was like 15.6, one was 15.3, and then the left ovary had a bunch of like tiny ones that were kind of like on top of each other, but they were small enough that she didn't measure. And then on the right, my largest was like 13.5. So she did say that to start taking my Cetrotide today, and then I will start taking it with my morning meds. So she said like that first dose is going to be less than 24 hours, but the biggest thing is we don't want it to go more than 24 hours because we don't want me to be able to ovulate on my own. And then for blood work, I did ask her what they want to see from that, and pretty much they want to see that it's rising, and then the number that it is based on like the day of Stims, which today is day 6 of Stims. And then they'll know if they need to up my dose or keep it where it's at or lower it. So yeah, and then I have an ultrasound and blood work on Sunday. They said that they'll call me later today. Well, for sure they'll call me to give me the results of my blood draw, but they'll also talk to me about when to come in on Sunday, because it's tentatively scheduled, but since it's the weekend, they can sometimes change those times. So anyway, so that's the plan, and next steps is to start taking Cetrotide. She said I can start taking that tonight if I didn't have it here, but I do, so I'll probably just go back and take my dose of Cetrotide, and then I'll start it with all my other meds tomorrow morning too. So adding that in.